What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a odd odds Endymion deck profile. So let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure, if you're new to the channel, to hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Also, too, be sure to leave a like and a comment. That way we know what feedback you got from us, guys. So let's jump into this. Let's see what we're coming at you with. To start things off, we're running our 3 Odd Odds Arc Pendulum Dragon. This is the main Odd Odds monster that you want to see first turn. You want to get this in your hand as fast as possible. It's going to really help you set up all your plays. Next, I'm running 3 Odd Odds Pendulum Dragon. Odd Odds Pendulum Dragon is the OG Odd Odds. I'm still going to run this card at 3. Like I said, to me, I feel that being able to search this card is very crucial. Just the fact that you can search him, and also on top of that, in phase, he's going to allow you to be able to get a search. So that's something I like a lot about it. Also running 2 Odd Odds Persona. Persona is just going to make sure that we can put another negate on board, making sure we can slow down our opponent. And I'm running 1 Odd Odds Mirage. Odd Odds Mirage is just good for being a normal summon, and he's also a good searcher. That's just the main thing. And also too, he's the mascot. Next, we're running 3 Endymion Servant and 1 Endymion Mighty Master. This is a good little package. I like this a lot. Just being able to put this in your pin scale, being able to load it with counters, and Servant is going to allow you to be able to search out Master, Cerberus, or Jackal King. So that's very useful in itself. But this little package right here is just good for being able to get, either into your Electromite play or just be able to set your plays up on the board you want to. Master is just good for being able to get a good board wipe. Also too, he can get that good negate, and he won't be targeted if he has a spell counter on him. So that's very, very useful. Next, I'm running 1 Mythical Beast Master Cerberus and 1 Mythical Beast Jackal King. I like to run this at 1/1. The reason why I'm for that is, like I said, Servant's going to allow you to be able to grab either one of these. So if you got Servant, it's pretty much like seeing 3 Cerberus. Just being able to get those counters on there, special summon, either one of these is the best way you want to go. You want to usually summon your Jackal, that way you can get through your hand traps, things like that. But sometimes being able to special summon that Servant can get over crazy monsters, and allowing you to be able to OTK your opponent. Also running 3 Dark Worm and the 1 Gate Zero. This is just a good little starter engine. Every Pendulum deck has to have this. You want to be able to get it out there, have it in the graveyard, special summon it back, and get your plays going the way you want to. Since the release of the Forbidden and Limited list, I'm running 1 Tempest Dragon Ruler Storm and 2 World Chalice Guard Dragon. This is just a nice little combo. I like this a lot. To be able to send this to the graveyard and get a good search for one of your dragon monsters can really help out a lot. Also too, usually when you send, you can send Servant also, because Servant's just going to be another wind monster you can use for that, so it puts a lot more value into Tempest. Being able to send your World Travelers to the graveyard whenever you have a Link monster and one of your Odd Odds Pendulums in the graveyard, you can special summon it back. That gives it more value, and just being able to special summon Tempest back whenever you start having dragons in the graveyard can help you get the more plus advantages you want. But that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, running 2 Allure Darkness. Allure Darkness just to be able to search through that deck a little faster, just to be able to get the cards resources that you want to get and kick out what you don't want. Running 1 Upstart Goblin, because this deck wants the spell counters. As long as we could put spell counters on cards, that's what we want to do. I'm also running 1 Gold Sarcophagus. Gold Sarcophagus is also to help get another easy spell counter at +2 if I don't have Tempest in hand. This is a way to get Tempest banished out, get his effect, to get a Guard Dragon in the hand, and still be able to get him back and get the plays going the way I want to. Running 3 Spiral Flame. Spiral Flame Strike is, to me, the best searcher in the game. It's going to be able to get any of my odd eyes. Also too, it's not a once per turn. And if I have odd eyes on the field, I can destroy a card. So that's very good to me. I like that effect a lot. We're also running 2 Duelist Alliance. Like I said, I'm running the 2 Duelist Alliance. Like I said, I could be able to get either one of my pendulum monsters, the odd eyes, and just be able to get whatever advantage I need. Which if I don't have the other piece, be able to search out that piece and keep my plays going the way I want to. I'm running 1 Summoner Arc. Want to be able to make sure to get that Arc Pendulum as fast as possible. Very useful. Also running 3 Spell Power Mastery. You want to be able to get to that servant as fast as possible. And also too, sometimes if you have a servant in hand, this is going to be able to help you get your field spell. So that's something too I like a lot about this card. And also too, the fact that it keeps adding up counters is very, very useful. Also running the 1 Terraforming, the 2 Sky Iris, and the 1 Magical Citadel. I like this little package a lot. 2 Sky Iris seems to be enough. Magical Citadel is just good for loading up all the counters on it. Once you get all those counters on there the way you want to, you can just really start popping the counters off of Citadel. Citadel is going to protect itself whenever it has at least 1 counter on it. So that's something that you like a lot too. And lastly, for the spell cards, we're running 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. The 1 and 1 seems to work out good for me, but everybody has their own taste and preferences. But that is it for the spell cards. For the extra deck, we're running 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Odd Eyes Vortex is just all around good monster. Just be able to get that good negate on your opponent. Also too, whenever you special summon, if your opponent has a face up attack position monster, it's going to spin that bad boy back to the hand and, you know, just tell him we're coming for you. We got 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst is just another good, you know, special summon just to be able to get another monster out of the pen scale, special summon to the field and go into the plays you want to. Another thing about him is if he does battle with him, you can end up hating on those monster effects. That way your opponent won't be able to activate those monster effects in the battle phase. Running 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Odd Eyes Absolute is just good for making sure that, you know, you can special summon these other Odd Eyes monsters out of the extra deck. Also too, his effect that allows you to special summon Odd Eyes out of the graveyard is very, very useful and beneficial. We're running 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal. Red Eyes Flare Metal is just good for helping whenever you do major damage to your opponent. And if you get in that time situation, just allowing your opponent to eat themselves up during the damage steps. I mean the damage for the plays that they're made. We're running 1 number 11 Big Eye. Big Eye is just good for stealing your opponent's monsters. If your opponent gets a little too shady, a little too hairy, they put some big monsters out there and they don't have nothing that says you can't negate it or to target it. Steal that monster and hit him right in the biscuit. We're running 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. This card is just good for helping you to be able to get around extra little iffy situations. But the main use for him that I like is that he generates tokens, and that can help you get into some of the plays that you want to get into to, you know, go into link plays, things like that. So it can be very, very useful. We're running 1 Underclock Taker. This is just making sure you get that, you know, extra damage in on your opponent. If the opponent's a little too big, just go into this. You know, get that hit damage in. Also running 1 Wee Wee Witch. Wee Wee Witch is just good for just, you know, you got plenty of dark monsters. You're going to be able to make it easy. If you don't want to go into your Electromite play, you can go into this and still have backup play to go. We're also running 1 Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. Electromite needs to be in every pendulum deck. You know, it's going to help you to plus the way you want to. It's going to get the play set up the way you want to. And you just, you know, start plussing and getting the plays set up for your board, and you're making your opponent start minusing. Also running 1 Deco Talker. Deco Talker is just all around, you know, good generic link monster. The fact that it can help you get another negate on board for whenever your opponent wants to decide to target either one of your pendulum scales, either one of your monsters. You can put a stop to that and just say, no sir, we ain't gonna have that. I'm coming for your biscuit. I'm also running 1 Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. This card is, you know, a pretty good little card. You know, the fact that you can use one of your level 7 Odd Eyes, give it an extra effect, and, you know, that could be very beneficial. But the fact that it can, you know, target one card on the field and banish it, that's the effect that you want to use. We're also running one Borlo Savage Dragon. Borlo Savage Dragon is just good for getting around iffy situations. Your opponent sometimes, put out some monsters that you don't want to see. You can either shrink them down or either steal them, and that could be very beneficial, and it's not going to be targeted, so he's very good. And lastly, for the extra deck, we're running just the Nightmare package. This is just, utility cards, making sure that we can get around certain situations. We got the Nightmare Service, it's going to be able to pop monsters. We got the Phoenix, it's be able to pop the back row, and then anything else that could be problematic. We got our Nightmare Unicorn that's going to be able to spin that stuff back. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to Gallic gun that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys, for all your love and support. We're out.